I don't know what that was.
Okay, you ready to start?
Maybe. I don't know. How was the show last week?
The show was one of the best design shows I've been to. So as far as like floor plan, layout, lighting, venue, awesome.
Aroma?
It smelled fine. Perfectly fine smells. Parking was easy. Getting down there was easy. The city of Pittsburgh screwed everything going on in the city that was not on the North Shore. They fear-mongered people into thinking it was going to be so difficult to get down there. Parking was going to suck. Prices were going to be terrible. Convention center is $15.
At least the bike lanes were clean.
Bike lanes were... Well, no.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. The river was quiet because it was shut down. No, but like it's...
The river is never quiet.
The city...
Mother Nature never sleeps.
What are you going to say?
I don't know.
All right, David Attenborough. But like the city of Pittsburgh just fucked everything that was going on in the city. Like restaurants reported super low sales that weren't in the North Shore. Bars that were not in the immediate, like what they call it, the red zone, where like everything was going on. In like the convention center, like it was perfect. There was so much parking. It was $15. There was no traffic. We literally got from the shop down to the parking spot both days in under 20 minutes. So the city and news and newspapers and the news people on Twitter and everything, they were just telling people how terrible it was going to be. So everyone was so freaking scared to go down there that it ended up being no one there. So it worked. The fear-mongering worked.
Fear-mongerers.
It worked. The people who did go to the show, I'm sure they enjoyed their time because it wasn't crazy crowded. We still did well. I mean, we didn't do bad. But I think the show underperformed what it could have if there hadn't been so many people telling everyone not to go downtown.
Bunch of fuckers.
Yeah, so I mean, it was good. I mean, we enjoyed our time. Like I said, I thought that the show was laid out well. The concessions there were at stadium pricing. Like a Pepsi was $6 and
that
beers were $10, $12 and stuff.
That's probably about what it is at the National.
Yeah, I mean, I think every convention center pretty much just does crazy stadium pricing on stuff.
Although my favorite was the one time we set up at the Midwest Monster.
Mm-hmm.
They had Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Yeah. I think they were cheap, too. I think they were like $5 or something.
Something like that. And they even brought them in that Sunday.
Yeah, they were good. I don't know how they worked that one out. We have to go back to the Monster. We've got to go to it.
Yes. Of the Midwest.
Yes. The Indiana Midwest Monster.
Indianapolis.
Our friends from Indy Card Exchange came by the shop on Wednesday night before the draft. They hung out in the shop for a couple hours. They've been wanting to come see it for a while. We had a bunch of people in the shop from Tops and Fanatics. They got to come check out the store, which that was one of the coolest parts of the draft being here is our partners from these companies were all in town. So we finally got to showcase the store that you guys know and love. The actual important people in the industry got to come and see it and enjoy it. So that was fun. I know that I personally wasn't at the store for about half the day Thursday and then all day Friday, Saturday. I know that I had heard that quite a few people were in from out of town checking out the shop.
Yeah, there was a lot, but you could usually profile and notice it right away because like there was one couple that came in and they were both wearing Houston Texans shirts.
Yeah, that's not a normal one for here. I noticed that when I was down the Strip District on Thursday, and there was a lot of different jerseys. But that I always like that. I like when people from out of town can come check us out because usually what we get is comments like, oh, I wish there was a shop like this back where I'm from or something, which that's like the best compliment you can pay us is saying that you wish that our store was somewhere else.
Please don't kidnap our store.
I would be impressed with the logistical maneuvering of that.
I'm sure Gru or Vector can do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess they probably could. The building would probably not be doing too hot if that happened.
No.
But yeah, so thank you to everyone who did come see us at the show. Always thank you to everyone who came by the shop. I know that I know they were busy with, like I said, they were busy with a lot of sports fans the whole weekend. But yeah, I don't think that this show is going to do another one. I don't know that was ever the goal. I think the goal was starting with this one.
And then next year it'll
Go
be
at the next location. Yeah. So I think their goal was to do a big
next year's
show.
in DC.
Yeah.
Draft is on the mall.
That's why they're redoing the
This has nothing to do with the ballroom.
No, the reflection pond.
Oh yeah,
they're like relining it or something. They're painting it.
Yeah. Plus, they have to clean it after Jenny was in it in Forrest Gump.
Dirty hippie.
It wasn't so much dirty hippie as something else.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Interesting enough.
One theory I've seen everywhere online is people ask, who is the biggest movie villain of like the 90s? And it was like, okay, Scar.
Jenny's up there, man.
Jenny is up there. I love you, Jenny. Even though you sleep around and maybe give me the bad blood.
The stepdad from Santa Claus is up there for me.
Neil.
Dude, he's such a prick. He's such a prick in that movie. He's definitely up there. The mom kind of sucks in it, too.
The mom, too.
Yeah, they both suck. I'm on the record. Spoiler alert. Tim Allen is the best parent of the three of them.
He might not start off the best parent, though.
He takes him to Denny's. That's fun.
Because he almost burned down the house.
He was trying. But yeah, Neil sucks. Neil, that guy, I actually like that actor. Mm-hmm. But he's such a good dick. I think was he in Friends?
I don't remember.
He was in something else where he was like a consistent role. But yeah, then yesterday, so moving on to some product. Yesterday we had Topps Chrome Black, which
baseball.
Yes, baseball, which is one of my. I really like the product.
Yes, it's always one of my favorite design products every year.
I like it in 2021 era pricing though. It is a pricey product. It has a good checklist, and I did see. Did you see that they added Topps Chrome Black home field advantages this year?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
This year I know Munetake Murakama has autos. The Southside Samurai.
Very good pronunciation. What's the first name again?
Munetake.
But yeah, I adding the home field advantages as the case hit style definitely helps back up a newer price point for the product. It is no longer like a cheap rip. It's a mid-range product now. Where that's crazy to me. When you're in this long enough to know that a $400+ box is mid-range now.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. It has its part. I mean,
yeah,
people still buy the product, so clearly
like I
people
said,
still want it.
The product design is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just kind of like everything else, where it's a coin flip.
It's a very coin flip. I mean, if you pull an Otani home field advantage,
it's a very coin flip.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stick with that. But yeah, that was new. Credentials Hockey came out yesterday.
Which I didn't have a chance to look at the checklist on.
You don't need to. It's one of the most meh products of the year to me. The first year they did it, I liked it.
Yeah.
That was like 1920. I liked it. And since then...
Wasn't that during the Great Depression? 1920?
Yeah, we were ripping in 1920.
Okay.
There was a Definitive was yesterday.
Definitive Baseball was yesterday.
It's very spicy, very expensive.
Yes. Topps Chrome Cosmic Basketball.
Which we didn't see any ripped, but if it's like every other Cosmic product, it's going to be awesome. And I am very happy they're making Cosmic WWE.
And for those that don't know the Cosmic brand, they're a bit pricier, but they also have a lot more short prints that people really chase. Like, you're really not chasing the autographs in that product.
No. It's like 90s style. Where, like, they have the Planetary Pursuits, which... The further distance from Earth, the rarer the parallel. Right?
From the sun.
From the sun.
The sun is the most common one.
Okay. Does Earth have one?
The big yellow one is the sun.
All right, Brian. Brian Regan, for anyone
I don't
listening.
know. I don't know if Earth has one. I know Uranus does.
Pluto's the toughest, right? Is
Yes.
Pluto back?
Officially, no, but Topps says it is.
Okay,
so
Pluto's back.
Pluto's back.
I'm back. We're back, baby. I don't know how that one happened. Like, I feel like if you were a 90s kid, like, in school, more than half of the stuff we learned, they're just like, yeah, that's not accurate at all anymore. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Everything you taught us is wrong? Like, this is crazy.
Well, I mean, we experience what I think a lot of Britich kids experience in school, where they get out of school and they're like, oh, we weren't the good guys in history class.
I don't think anyone who wins a war probably isn't the good guy. The good guy probably wasn't even involved in it. The good guy was probably just sitting over on the side, like Australia. Australia's not fighting anyone.
No.
That's how they got there.
I mean, they're probably fighting each other.
Yeah, it's fine. They're fighting kangaroos. What were we talking about? Oh, Cosmic.
Cosmic.
Yeah, Cosmic is very good. I like it. It has a lot of cool inserts. You have the supernovas that are really cool. You got the planetary pursuits.
They have, what's that shadow box one? Where it's like a couple acetate layers.
Yeah.
We just bought that Drake Baldwin.
I don't know what it's called. It might just be called like the Cosmic Shadow Box or something. I don't know. It's a very cool card. But once again, pricey. I think if you're a basketball collector, I don't know that you're touching anything with Cooper Flag and Concanipple in it that is going to be affordable right now. I think best bet is to like appreciate the retail SKUs that we have. Bowman basketball retail megas are coming out next week. We have the blasters now. They're a fun rip. We had a Fanatics guy in on Thursday, who ripped some blasters, or was it Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Maybe Wednesday. He was ripping some Bowman basketball blasters, and he pulled out of one pack 2 autographs.
I saw somebody else do that.
Okay, so
out of a blaster pack, they pull a green auto and a redemption. The redemption I saw online was for Cooper Flag. The one we saw in store was for Bronny James. They're about equal.
He saw Lakers and James and got real excited. And it's like, oh, it's Bronny. Hey, Bronny did have a good play. That alley-oop from LeBron was a pretty cool one.
Yeah, he should have dunked it.
I don't think he had the height on that.
Well, then he shouldn't be playing.
I think that was a cool moment for LeBron. I saw a thing online where it's like seeding a pass to your seed or something. It must be like a cool moment.
There's a lot of wordplay that
feed
can be
to
done.
the seed or something.
No, I don't like that.
Oh, I'm just saying I saw it. I didn't say I liked it. But yeah, that Bowman Megas are next week. What else? There was something else yesterday. There was 4 releases.
Yesterday was also La Liga Select Soccer.
That's it. That's why we forgot.
Or not La Liga, Serie A.
That's why we forgot it. Because it was Italian soccer, and we're not in the know.
A bibbidi bobbidi.
Yeah.
I even did the hand motion, not that you can tell on the podcast.
I don't know that that's anything remotely close to what they say. Who's to say? Next week is... Oh, no. Tomorrow is...
Slash today.
Yeah, slash today if you're listening. Topps Chrome Football Mega Boxes and Topps Royalty WWE. WWE. Very excited for that. This would be Topps' first entrance into the high-end wrestling world since they got the contract back. You could argue that Topps Chrome pricing is high-end, but when you're talking actual product, it is their first high-end product that they're putting out. It's basically definitive. Like, Royalty is basically like a definitive or a Sterling, maybe. Very similar. I'm very excited for it. I am very nervous to see when the Gunther WrestleMania 1 of 1 patch gets pulled and the price that gets put on it if I'm not the lucky one to hit it in a break or something.
Which, yes, that is something that will be in the product, is they have WrestleMania patches. Do they have any debut patches in Royalty?
No, so the debuts were in Chrome, similar to what they do for baseball and football.
So the WrestleMania patches were put on all of the wrestlers who went and had matches at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a debut patch where it's a event-specific relic that they're putting in these cards.
Yes. My holdup on... So I recently lost...
I'm sorry.
Yes. I lost 2 1-of-1s recently. No, 3 1-of-1s recently. The last 3 1-of-1s of Gunther that have gone on auction, I have lost them. So...
Fake fan.
I know. I mean, dude, it's crazy. The Rose Logo Fractor 101 went for $1,800.
Was any of the 3 a Walter?
Yeah, which that's the one I wanted the most.
Ew.
No, it was the Persona, the alternate Persona one. It's a really cool set.
Paul Walker Hauser.
Yeah, Paul Walker Hauser. So the Cactus Jack Super Autograph inscription went for $5,500. The alternate Persona one went for like $3,200 or $3,300, and then the Rose Gold 1-of-1 from Logo Fractor just went for like $1,800. I didn't bid on the Cactus Jack one. It got really high really fast, and I just didn't trust the auction. But it hasn't come back up, so I guess maybe someone bought it.
I mean, I wouldn't piss off the Austrians and Germans if I were you by taking their cards.
Come bring the fight to 9011 Perry Highway. I will fight you for Gunther cards.
We were kind of close to that. There's a guy at the draft. So third round, they were doing all the international fans. And this guy from Germany goes up to announce the 49ers pick. And he goes up. He has a sick German accent. And he says, Niner Nation will take over the world. And I was like, buddy, you can't. No.
I'm surprised they don't have a delay on. Did you see the one guy who rushed the stage?
Yeah.
And he's like, the 67th pick.
It was all fake.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was. So who was it?
It was some YouTuber.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's stupid.
But yeah, the German guy, like, know your audience.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Like, the only way that could have been worse is if he said, the NFL would like to announce we are going to have a game in Poland. We are taking over.
Back to my misfortunes. Yes, I missed the last 3 1-of-1s. I would love to pull the WrestleMania patch, because if I don't pull it, I'm probably not getting it, because it's going to sell for an astronomical amount of money.
Emphasis on the ass.
It might, yes. And my other hold up, not just the fact that it's going to sell for like $10,000, is the fact that Gunther didn't win the match. So like it is technically, it is like a lost match that he was wearing it. So I don't know that collectors are going to care. I think they're all going to bid on them. But in my opinion, the person who won the match should be a more expensive patch.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to rhyme there.
I can see that. You don't want to go sniffing the panties of a loser.
But I did secure the base Superfractor of Gunther from Chrome.
Yay.
Non-auto. But I secured that one.
Does it even count?
No. So I got one of the 3 that have come up so far. The regular Superfractor autograph has not come up, or the main event autograph one. I'm done joining breaks on it though, and I'm not probably ripping any more Chrome. But it is one of the ones that I really wanted the like I said, I wanted the autograph ones. The rose gold one, I think it sold too high. I think that's kind of crazy and makes me be like, why am I even buying these still if they're going to be going? I probably am going to start buying less, because that's what happens with me. Once I was collecting LA Knight Heavy too at the same time as Gunther, and then he got a push and his stuff was going for quadruple what it was going whenever I was going heavy. So I'll probably back off on buying stuff, because the thing that doesn't make sense to me is his 1-of-1s are taken off, but his base Chrome autograph is still $30. So I'll probably just dabble with some more basic stuff, and then if I occasionally will maybe go all in on something, but I can't afford to buy all these. I'm having to already sell off PC stuff to do it. So that actually transitions into a question we got on Facebook. Mr. Shikoski.
Shikoski.
The question is probably more directed to me than Nate, but Nate can also give his input on this one. Jeff's question, just a summary of Jeff's question, it was basically like, how do I balance, or how do we balance collecting and business? And it's really hard for me because cards are literally my life. I've been doing it my entire life. I don't know a time, like I don't have a memory of a time when I wasn't collecting cards.
Cards on my life.
They are. So it's like I want to keep so much stuff because I appreciate so many cards. I'm so obsessed with trading cards that I like way more cards than I can collect. So I kind of have different buckets of how I do it. So like Gunther and Sidney Crosby are two of my personal like collections that I've been doing, and Kerry Colbert, but he doesn't really count because I don't really add them any more cards anymore. But those are like straight PC. I don't look at them in the same vein as I do buying cards for the shop. So those ones I buy just as a pure collector, whatever market value is, whatever I have to pay on stuff typically, like if I want it, that's how that works. I also have additional stuff that is quote unquote in my collection, but it's more so curated. Like it's stuff that is purchased by the store with the intent that it will eventually be sold. In some things, we're just waiting for the right timing to sell those.
Like all your Zion rookies.
I'm still banking on Zion Williamson, yeah. But no, like let's say we buy like a nice Clemente rookie or something. It might like hang out with my cards for a little bit, but then it gets moved for the store.
So your collection is kind of like a foster home.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like curating a museum where it's like I'm taking care of these items, they're being held for the right purpose, and then they're being moved when they need to be moved because that is just on unique stuff. So like the store buys a lot of cards, most of it gets priced and put out for sale pretty quickly. There's not many things that we are stashing, but when we do stash stuff, it is with the intention that we think that market is going to grow. Or it's just stuff that we think is a safe place to put our money for the time being. That's mostly like vintage key rookies, Hall of Fame, higher end Hall of Fame on card autographs, that kind of stuff. But that is the only way I'm able to balance it. Is like for my actual PC, it's mainly a couple guys and then the occasional thing like that dog pull autograph. Like I have like a weird PC where it's like probably less than 100 cards. Where it's just it's not necessarily value based. It's just, I mean, for a minute, me and Nate were going after like really awkward like 90s bowling cards and stuff. I have a couple of those in there.
Yeah, I still have a full set in my collection.
What else? Like the dog pull is in there. Some other character like celebrity cards from like Pop Century and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you have a Batman rookie in your...
I have a Spider-Man rookie.
Okay.
I think
Spider-Man!
I have an Indiana Jones rookie in that PC. Just like oddball stuff like that. Like stuff that necessarily doesn't really have a lot of value, but it's just like stuff that I like. Eventually I'm going to get like a couple of those wall cases that you can put your cards in. And I'll just like... I'll make like a strict line. Like, okay, I have 2 cases. If I want to add something to it, I have to remove something. Because if I could just go forever, I could fill 30 of them. I can't do that. So that's kind of how that goes. And then my PC also would have like some oddball memorabilia stuff that I like. I like a lot of like unique Pittsburgh stuff, mostly vintage. Nate and some other people know this. I eventually, as I can save money to do this, I'm going to be building out in my basement a like 1970s Yinzer bar that I'm going to have covered with like cool like Pittsburgh based memorabilia. Yes, there'll be some Iron City cans in there and some Iron City cans, maybe some like, I don't know, whatever kind of cigarettes the steelworkers were smoking. I don't know what they were doing smoking.
I think they were just smoking coal.
Might have been. Just like cool, like nostalgic Pittsburgh stuff will be in there. But the core of the answer, Jeff, is that it's very hard to balance it. My dad did a much better job at it because he didn't collect anything. So he wasn't really collecting stuff. He was just buying and selling stuff, whereas I like stuff a lot. Now there is the occasional card that I'll just purposely overprice because I don't want to sell it too. So that is me technically trying to sell something.
My card, my price.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some cards that I just don't want to move. But yeah, then what else? There was some other products next week that we didn't get to. We did the Friday releases.
SPX Hockey comes out next week.
Which I'm curious. Are they? So they've done. Last year they did the back to the roots of it being like an 8 or 10 pack product.
So this one's 3 cards per pack, 8 packs per box.
So that's the same as they did last year, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It was fun. No guaranteed hit, but it was like
very much again like a 90s style.
It was in the low hundreds, I think, per box, and there was a lot of really cool die cuts and inserts and numbered cards and stuff. So like it was a neat product. I'm guessing it will be similar this year. I haven't seen anything on it, so I don't know. I'm sure that in January they showed us something related to it on like the presentations, but I don't remember exactly.
Also out next week is Topps 30 Years of Toy Story.
I'm very excited for it. It's very limited.
The box for it is designed to look like the stagecoach.
It's like a covered wagon situation. I'm very excited and also already very burned out from telling people it's not cheap. It is not like a cheap
but it's a
product.
kids movie.
And all those kids grew up to be, they're all in their 30s now.
And they look like Al from Toy Story 2.
Some of them, yeah. I told Nate this the other day. So I've been really busy this month, so I haven't been able to hang out with the kids like I like to. Usually, like every Sunday, it's just like a family day, and we've had all month. I had the Topps conference, then we had the Butler show, then we had the draft show and stuff. So I was away from the house a lot this past 3 or 4 weeks. So me and my son came to the shop on Sunday. We were there for about an hour, and then we went over and saw the new Mario Galaxy movie. Great movie. One of my favorite things about taking my kids, which my daughter hasn't gone yet, she's going to go this summer, but taking my son to the movies, because I'm a big movie guy. If it's not for cards, cooking, and movies are my 3 big interests. And I love going to the movies because that's watching trailers at the movies is the best.
Yeah. Also, cards, cooking, cinema.
Oh,
there you go.
3 C's, CCC. But watching my son enjoy, he loves his trailers now too. So the whole time he's like, "Oh, can we go see that?" There's a new Paw Patrol movie, which they go back in time to the Jurassic period, and it's dinosaur-based Paw Patrol. There is a new Sonic movie. I think he's even talked about it. I think Jim Carrey is in some money troubles, and he's just doing a bunch of stuff, which I think that's probably why there's 4 Sonics now.
He quote-unquote retired, but came out of retirement to keep doing the Sonic movies.
Yeah, someone said he needed cash. I don't know if that's true. I've seen the first 3. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
They're by no means groundbreakingly good movies. They're enjoyable though. There is going to be a new Minions movie. And then there is going to be, which I told Nate, this one made me kind of tear up. Toy Story 5 is coming out this summer. And Woody has a bald spot. In the trailer, they have him. He comes back because there's the whole premise of the new movie, which if you don't care, I don't care. I care.
It's nuclear fallout.
No, it's the epidemic of the iPad, which they're calling it the lily pad, and it's like a frog-shaped tablet. So it's a big epidemic, They have kids playing with tablets, which is real. Like, it is annoying, like, how much kids are playing with tablets. My kids have them, but they don't really get unlimited access to them.
Go out and touch grass. Drink from a hose.
Honestly, though, when my kids are outside, they're happier. So, like, they do enjoy going to the park more than they enjoy that. Like, we have them for very specific instances. Not at restaurants. We don't pull them out of the restaurant. But Lily Pad is there. And they, I guess, I don't know if you saw Toy Story 4 or not.
Yes.
Because it ends with Woody and Bo Peep going on to save toys. Well, they kept a walkie-talkie, and then back home, Jesse has a walkie-talkie, so they can talk, which is highly unlikely the range would actually work.
Hey, don't knock it.
I'm not. I'm just assuming they have military-grade walkie-talkies that go miles and miles.
Again, nuclear fallout.
Yeah, so they basically they chirp Woody, and they're like, hey, kids don't want toys anymore. So he has to come back and help him. So he ends up getting into the house and his hat falls off or he takes it off and the sun gleams on it and it shines and all the other toys are like looking at his bald spot. And like it just hit me in the feels where I'm like, oh man, dude, this movie's 30 years old now. It's so old that our character growing up, they gave him a bald spot. I think it's a great touch. But it made me like...
And they gave him a bald spot in like the most accurate way, where like some of the paint is rubbing off.
Oh yeah, it's because it would happen.
It's not like they like redesigned the layer of like hair on the original doll. No, they're just the paint's rubbing off.
Yeah, like it's a 30-year-old toy. But
every time somebody asks me how I'm doing, I say, "Oh, the paint's rubbing off."
But yeah, it's. I think that this Toy Story product is. I don't know if Nate's looked into. I've looked into it a little bit. I don't think this is going to be one of those products like the Chrome SpongeBob, where like the Flex Bros are looking to like buy it and stash it. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do know that they've had to pay a lot of money for the licensing, and they're having to pay a lot of money to the actors for signatures and stuff. So they simply can't make the product be like $50. I think it's going to be like $300. Maybe a little bit more. I know what cost was. I'm not going to disclose exactly that, but it's high. Higher than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be like a $150 retail box, and it is not. It's going to be fun, though. I'm probably going to purchase a box from the store. I want the Stagecoach. I want the physical box, unless someone comes and rips it and lets me keep the box.
Which maybe.
That's possible. But excited for that one. I love that they're the biggest thing that like Tops and Fanatics has done is highlight some of these more obscure sets that I think there's a market for.
Yeah, more niche, but not too niche. Like they're not making a whole set for the Princess and the Frog.
They should do Angry Beavers.
Oh, when can we get the B movie? It's not Disney, but...
What, for Seinfeld autographs?
Do you like jazz?
Did Jerry sign in, like, Ginter?
I don't think so. Because he's a big Mets fan.
Yeah, something tells me he signed because they got Larry David. I think that they might... A
couple years ago, maybe.
I don't know. I think Seinfeld may have signed something. Nate's going to look it up.
Yes, I'm going to look it up. Topps Chrome UEFA Soccer is also next week.
Yeah, which we got Battle of the Legs next week because Panini is dropping FIFA Prism, and then Topps is dropping Topps Chrome UEFA.
Jerry Seinfeld signed in 2026 Series 1.
That's what I thought because Larry David was last year. So you can complete the Seinfeld writing team set. And Jeff Garlin has autographs for, obviously he's in Curb Your Enthusiasm, yes. And Jeff Garlin signed years ago, so he's a big card collector, huge card collector. So he probably convinced Larry David to sign, and then Larry could probably convince because Seinfeld doesn't need the money. I mean, unless he likes cards. I mean, last time I checked, he's like a billionaire. I think he makes like $100 million a year off of Seinfeld.
You got to pay for all that coffee that you give to comedians in the car.
Yeah, he's got to pay for the cars too.
They're loners from Jay.
I mean, yeah, Jay's gonna blow himself up again, I'm sure,
or roll down a hill in Pittsburgh.
Which that story sidebar. It still doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't. Like, why would he be trying to walk down a hill? Long story. Wasn't he going to like a shitty restaurant too? Wasn't he going to like a Denny's?
Something like that.
A Denny's or like, I'm not going to shout on Applebee's or Chili's, but it was something. It was an American chain restaurant that he was walking to
From his hotel.
Hampton Inn.
In like Greensburg.
Yeah, it was like a Hampton Inn. It's like, dude, Jay Leno, you can buy this entire building. Why are you staying here? It's as if it was that big of a deal for him to like stay in the city at like a nice hotel and have a car service like taking him to and from the venue. I kind of wish I'd went and seen him. I'd like to see Jay Leno. But yeah, we got 2 soccer products next week. 2 different styles. I don't know if it's gonna split like sales if you're a soccer collector, if you care about one more than the other one. One's Champions League and one's FIFA. I don't know if there's any crossover of player there.
There's probably some. I think the FIFA might be the hotter one just with the World Cup coming up. World Cup stickers also come out next week.
Yeah, which those would be popular because it's people get confused coming in the store. We had the
Club World
Cup stickers, and people thought it was the World Cup stickers, and it's not the same thing. And it's, if you talk to a soccer person, it is very different, and do not confuse the two.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else next week. Topps Chrome UFC.
Interesting to see that. I did see some pre-sales for it. It's not as crazy as I thought it was going to be price point wise, which tells me there's not a lot of new talent in it. It's probably like a similar checklist as to last year based off of where I'm seeing the market on that.
Yeah, but that's it for...
Okay. We did a big Poke restock. We got some Pokemon restocked.
We caught them all.
We what?
We caught them all.
Yeah, we got all of them. We did a massive sports restock yesterday that is getting officially all put out today. So if you're listening now on Friday, come to the store this weekend. Lots of hockey SKUs added. A bunch of retail, like football, a bunch of oddball stuff.
We can show you the world.
We can. If you're out of town, check the website. It's all going to be pushed to the website, including some cases of some rarer stuff. Like I know some Cup hockey cases, Immaculate UFC case, some Leaf in the Game used, leaks. There's a leak in the boat.
A Peachy Platinum blasters for hockey from a couple different years.
Cases of those, and then UFC Immaculate was one. Did I already say that? The Bronx collection. Just like some cool oddballs. Some older Leaf football product by the box. Like Leaf Valiant from like 22. It's like $90. Some of that wild card stuff. Just like, I think it was like all in total, probably between 40 and 50 SKUs brought back in. We got back in Topps Chrome basketball blasters, Topps Chrome flagship megas. So 2 cheaper 25, 26 products, Chase and Cooper, which the Chrome basketball, remember, they haven't started the bounty for that.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Shea.
Yeah. The free throw merchant. Blech.
So Shea will probably be that, which we've been accepting the Matt Stafford promo, and the WWE ones are live.
Yes.
So Liv,
and Roman.
Roman, Liv, Matt Stafford, and then the Erling Haaland one is going to start soon. I think it's sometime in May. Once they announce the Golden Boot, that one will go live. So we're going to have 3. It might be 4. Once basketball, we might have 4 different buybacks going on at the same time.
We should put out our own buyback for like Garbage Pail Kids.
Which
I don't know.
Okay. We can do
Billy
that.
Joe Armstrong from the Green Day set.
From the Green Day set. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay us for them?
Step 3, profit.
Okay. Yes, that one might be a little bit tougher running a buyback that doesn't actually have something to lean on. But do we have any new Pokey coming out soon?
Negative.
Really? Nothing?
The end of May is when Chaos Rising comes out. That is the English equivalent of Ninja Spinner.
So that is Mega Evolution 4. That is a full set.
Full set. They're all booster boxes, ETBs, single packs.
We did stock a new My Little Pony product.
It's a trading card game.
It's $55. We restocked, which I was shocked to get this offering. No, it is not at MSRP, but we did purchase some cases of the prismatic. It's not ultra premium, super
premium.
Which why isn't it pretty much the same set?
Yeah.
So why confuse us?
Super.
Why can't they all just be ultra premium?
Super.
So we have a ton of Ascending Heroes in stock, just in time for people to be simmering down.
No, the market on that is
the prices are, but I feel
insane.
like we're not getting as many requests, unless I just don't pay attention to it.
Well, a lot of people also at this point probably just assume it's dried up.
Yeah.
So they don't think to ask, and then they walk in and see it and get excited.
So we'll be making a post for that one, so, sorry, interruption here. We had a fan trying to watch the podcast live through the window. We'll address that in a little bit.
Somebody shit my pants.
Somebody shit your pants?
Yeah.
It was you knew who it was.
Yeah.
It was fun though. We did process that entire Penguins deal. All those autos and patches and stuff we got last Tuesday?
Wednesday?
I think we got them Tuesday. Yes, just if you do listen to the podcast and you think I actually say Tuesday, I don't. It's just like a fun thing I say because
you're gonna start
because Yinzer's on the news. Be like, yeah, Tuesday. So I say it, not meaning it, but yes, that whole Penguins deal is processed. We've already sold a bunch of it, so we do still have stuff available. I know Nate is working through some backstock on Pokemon, especially WotC stuff. He's trying to get as much Wizards era backstock priced. I'm sure he'll be working on that today because it's rainy and there's baseball games going on, and he can sit there and watch baseball and price cards. Last time I talked to you, it's a lot of like $1 to $10 stuff, but
yeah, nothing crazy, but it'll give us a good variety.
And then I'm going to be working on.
They're trying to break in now. No, we had an issue with the lock.
The lock was not working properly.
So they're currently working on that now. So if you hear a little background noise, we're just gonna watch that like Stadler and Waldorf.
Yeah, we're
from, the Muppets.
So if you could hear the keys jingling, which we did let the landlord know that we were going to be recording.
In passing.
Yeah, I don't. Barb might not know what a podcast is.
Yeah, that's true. Another quick customer question. Mm-hmm. This one comes from my wife. Nate Emerson, do you like me? Yes or no?
Okay, so first off, does Danny listen to the podcast?
Probably not.
Okay, so you have to answer here for her to get her answer.
The answer is here.
No.
I just clicked on the box in your text that had me voting there. So I think we're being invaded from the rear now.
Yeah, they're coming in the other door. So this is a first.
Yes.
We're only on episode 8 or 9.
Nine.
We're on episode 9. It's the first time. And we're back. That is a first. So when we first got here this morning, we couldn't open up the door to the office, and we went through the main entrance and told we told the property manager about the door sticking. So she's like, "Oh, I'll call the locksmith," and I was just like, "Okay." I was like, "We're gonna be recording our podcast, so like just like maybe have them stop by later or whatever." Nope. About 40 minutes into the pod.
Very, very efficient.
She is very efficient, man. But no, I can't even remember what we were talking about before that happened.
If I like my wife or not.
Oh yeah, if you like your wife. Do you like your wife? And what was your answer?
Danny, ask me in person and reference this conversation, so I know you actually listened to the work I put out.
Code word pumpernickel.
Tell me pumpernickel, and I will tell you whether or not I like you.
Another question that we received was from Scott, asking about the Michael Jordan market.
Well, first off, he said, "Why is Michael Jordan still so popular?"
Because he's the most transcendable athlete, probably.
Is that a word?
Yep, I'd say for me it is. Probably the most popular athlete of all time of any sport. So yes, his market will, as cards continue to trend up, Michael Jordan will trend up. He is one of the key market factors that sites like Card Ladder follow. The Michael Jordan market, the Mickey Mantle market, the Babe Ruth market, Gretzky, like all the top dogs are how they track the market. So
Also, transcendable is a word.
is it?
Yes.
Did I use the right word?
Yes.
Right. Hell yeah,
I
brother.
I know you can't spell it.
Hell yeah, brother. So Jordan will continue to rise. I feel that certain aspects of his stuff honestly still might be underpriced. I would say if you are looking to jump into the Jordan market, the Fleer rookie's really high right now. Maybe don't go after that one. You can buy some really cool inserts for like 50, 100, 200 bucks and not have as much risk exposure. If his market was to pull back 25-30% on like a PSA 8 rookie, you might lose $3,000 or $4,000. Whereas like, you know, like a $50 card, okay, maybe it goes down to 35, 40 bucks and you lose $10. I do think if you are hedging on cards being an investment, if your portfolio doesn't include something Michael Jordan, I think that it's not done properly. Michael Jordan and Mantle should 100% be in your collecting portfolio if you have a side part of your thing that is like, I'm putting money here as an investment.
Yes.
Now, end of the day, cards are they're an investment, but it's not ever going to be respected by like the major investment type people. It is always going to be a much riskier
and just
thing.
like regular investing, there will always be risk.
Yes, there's always going to be risk. There's probably more risk in a alternative investment than a standard like Fortune 500 company.
Unless you're buying orange juice in trading places.
What I would avoid with Jordan is buying some of the
On with it.
some of the Upper Deck stuff. I would not go after like the new Upper Deck stuff. The stuff where he's wearing like a suit or he's wearing like generic clothing and stuff. That stuff is not going to trend like the original Upper Deck stuff where he's in a Bulls uniform. You want to go after Bulls uniform, not Wizards. That is where his best stuff is going to be. So like that 93, 94 to like 98, 99, that 5-year window are probably going to be your best options. We may do a deeper dive on Jordan at some point whenever our PSA order comes back. We might highlight some of those cards that I'm going to get returned because I do collect Jordan. He's more of a fringe collection for me. He's not like, I wasn't old enough to like really appreciate watching him play.
We're old enough to appreciate him save Earth from the Monstars.
Yeah, I that for sure. But like, I wasn't like watching basketball with like the craziest amount of like passion as a 5-year-old. So like, whenever he was winning all the championships, I was like we would have him on.
You were busy reading encyclopedias.
Yeah, I was reading encyclopedias, man. I couldn't be doing that. But yeah, Jordan. I think if Jordan cards fall, there's a full market shift, not necessarily like a Michael Jordan shift. I don't personally foresee Jordan stuff coming down unless there is a bigger market pullback, which if that
Jordan
happens,
has fallen.
If Jordan's not falling, man, he ain't going to fall. I do wish that there was more open licensing because I'd love to get Jordan in NASCAR product. I'd love to see Michael Jordan autographs with his team in NASCAR. That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
But that's not happening because Upper Deck has the licensing and Panini has the licensing for NASCAR. So, yeah, that's not happening. Were there any other questions?
I do not believe so.
Yeah, because Ruben asked about
the show.
Tchaikovsky, your wife. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll see you this weekend. We got lots of new product on the shelves and hopefully getting a bunch of singles priced today.
Yeah, and we have a new working lock.
We do. It is very efficient. She got him here in less than 40 minutes, and he fixed it in about 4 minutes.
Shout out to
North Hills Lock and Safe and Barb.
Located in Wexford, Pennsylvania. Not Wexford. Perrysville,
Perrysville. And Barb, who is located here.
Thanks, Barb.